real quick, we got this piece of marble Calcutta sent to us by somebody to prepare for a sample, and it showed up broken. Set these up just so I can stage this thing and get some clamps under it. We're going to do the face-to-face bar clamping. Because it's such a small piece, it's going to be really awkward. We'll have to get a bunch of stuff set up first. But what I want to do is it's slightly time sensitive, so we got to get a glue that's going to look good with the white, not bleed, and have a nice transparent white color and set up rather quickly. Akemi Platinum is going to be the one. We want to make sure we got the right hardener. Also, for this one, I'm going to use a scale. So let's go do this. I'm going to weigh this, but obviously, as you guys get comfortable with stuff like this, you can eyeball it. But for this one, for the purpose of the video and all that stuff, we're going to weigh it. All I want to do is turn this on, get an idea. So we're going to measure this in grams. Don't need a lot. We have a 1% cushion on the glue. So see right here, where is it? Right here on the instructions, 1 to 2% hardener gives you 5 to 15 minute pot life. So this is plenty of glue. We're at 20.5 grams. So we actually want 0.2 grams of hardener. So let's see. And we have a cushion on that. So this is fluctuating between 20.3, 20.5, right? So this is measured out. So we have a 1% cushion. So it's 1 to 2%. We're at 20.5. 20.7 gives us right around the range that we need for this. And I'm going to keep it on the low side because I really don't want it to yellow. With these vinyl ester and epoxy acrylate, so this is an epoxy acrylate, similar to vinyl ester, but higher bonding strength and all that. So these are very sensitive to hardener. It's not like the traditional polyesters where you want to just smash in some extra hardener to make it cure quicker. You don't want to do that because these will yellow. So here is your golf ball to a pea, which similar. So we're going to mix that up real quick. I'm actually going to mix it on here because I don't want any of the cardboard bleeding into my glue when we're doing a white or clear material. Some of the cheaper cardboard can actually bleed and tint your glue just enough to make it show up more. Let me get this in the middle so this isn't flopping all over the place. We have more working time than your typical urethanes. You want to make sure you get it all of it off the putty knife. That way you get everything mixed in. If you had it taped down, that would be a much smarter way to go. Like I said, make sure you get all of it, round it all up, make sure it's all in there. All right, so we're going to put a little bit of this right here. Don't need to put this everywhere and just mash a bunch of it in there. We don't need a ton, right? So in the middle, away from the top, when it compresses together, it will squish up through the top. So not much. Let's see if that works. So I'm gonna push it together by hand real quick. Make sure that that's enough. So I'm gonna do a tiny bit more. We do want it coming out of the top because this is gonna be our color. And because this is a sample for an entirely different process, the repair doesn't need to be completely invisible. So I'm not really worried about that right now. If it was a repair, a final repair to a piece, you would want to make sure that you add a little bit of pigment to it to get the more opaque white Carrera. Typically, this will be good out of the right out of the can. But on Calcutta, it's a little bit more opaque, so you do need to add a little white pigment the majority of the time. So right now, nice thing about these epoxy acrylate and these new glues is they don't really shrink like the old polyester. So um, going to scrape most of the stuff off because it's going to continue to squish out once we clamp this. And what we're going to do, we're going to go face to face like so. And then we're going to take some clamps. And in this one, I don't know that we need 4 clamps, but in this one, we are going to do a bar clamp here. Okay. Bar clamp on the other side to balance it out. Clamp it fairly snug, but not final, right? So you want to get this snug first, and then take one like this, and maybe this isn't going to work. Oh, there we go. Sneak that in there. Then take it like this. Rest this here so it doesn't want to pull downwards. So now what you're going to do is you're pulling this together super tight, but because you snug these first, when you pull this tight, it's not going to taco on you. So this will get the tightest crack available, the tightest repair, like this. You know, seems like overkill, but we want to make sure it's flat on the crack and not dipped. So we'll come back later and check this out. But we can also monitor this glue. Now, something a lot of people overlook is, you know, you put this glob of glue here and you leave your excess and then you're checking it to make sure this is hard. Well, the way that these glues work is there's a lot of heat going on right here. So this is going to cure faster and probably more yellow than where it's designed to be spread. So if you want an accurate gauge, take your remaining glue and spread it out like this and use that as a gauge rather than one big clump. Otherwise, the one big clump is going to cure pretty quickly and pretty hard. And you might have your glue and your crack might not be cured, and then you're going to be confused as to why. So these glues generate a lot of heat. There's a lot of stuff bouncing around inside when they cure. They get really hot when they're in big clumps. So the more mass, the faster it's going to cure, and the more heat it's going to generate. So take your acetone, clean off your tools. First thing when you're done, clean off your tools. Putty knives, good putty knives aren't cheap anymore. So 15 minutes. This is so this got hot. Now it's cool to the touch, but this gives us a more accurate representation. Pull these clamps off. One thing you could do is take a putty knife under here, separate it. So you can still see the crack, but once this is sanded down, it's also not cured all the way. You got to get the glue off the back, but once this is cured all the way, then we'll sand it. And for what we're doing, it's going to be hidden just enough. But one thing to keep in mind, the reason why you can see it so much is because, like I said, the Calcutta is more opaque than Carrera. So you'd actually want to add more pigment because right now it's too clear and it's picking up the shadow from the crack. So more white pigment to make it blend in. But for what we're doing here, this is going to work fine. The finished product with the platinum, so obviously the crack is still slightly visible, but it's hidden quite a bit. So for this sample that is being provided to the customer, this is going to be fine because it's a sample for the finish, not the actual repair. But there you go.